Both programs are.
All right, players to watch in tonight's ball game. First of all, for the visiting Knights of Middle Georgia State, number 11, Bryce Martin. He's a 6'7" forward truck, 16-point outing at Faulkner University in their most recent outing.
By University of West Alabama, Jonesboro, Georgia, the 6'7" senior. He's looking to continue his play this season here in the Convocation Center.
For the home team, Georgia State, number 31, Lucas Taylor. He comes in averaging 14, had 17 in the loss at Kennesaw State Saturday.
6'5", 200-pound junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. Heritage High School through Wake Forest. He had a good outing up in Kennesaw, and he's looking to build upon that performance.
Head coaches tonight here at the GSU Convocation Center. His second season at the helm at Georgia State, Jonas Hayes.
His 16th head coach program history. He's looking to bring a new style of basketball into this arena with these kids. He's looking to be resilient, and he's also to execute everything that he's put into these guys' head.
And leading the Knights here into Atlanta tonight in his 11th season, Scott Moe.
Yes, Scott Moe, the inaugural head coach of this program. Consolidation of schools, Middle Georgia State is. So Scott Moe is certainly looking to get going here on the court tonight, looking to get a win in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, we are set for Georgia State basketball tonight here from the GSU Convocation Center. Home team, Panthers in white. Middle Georgia State in black. The opening tip won by Leslie and Carrium comes to Dewan Odom, and we're underway here in Atlanta. Panthers looking for a win. Lucas Taylor up top, leaves it off Dewan Odom, who's back in the starting lineup for Georgia State. Tenari Lane, three-point shooter, fires one off the back iron. Rebound brought down there by David Ganius. And here come the Knights. On the wing, Prestwood. Andrew Prestwood, one of the starters here, along with J.J. Richards, David Ganius, Bryce Martin, and Jace Moore. 5 Knights to start the ball game here tonight. Knights end up turning the ball over.
Looks like trying to get that ball into the post right there, and turned it over. It went out of bounds.
Starting lineup for Georgia State tonight, Dewan Odom, Tenari Lane, along with Lucas Taylor, Jaden Turner, Leslie, and Carrium down underneath. Taylor opens up with a shot just inside the free throw line. Georgia State jumps out early, 2-0.
Yeah, it's picking up where he left off in Kennesaw State. Lucas is doing a great job taking what the defense gives him.
There's a lob down low inside to Martin. Martin kicks it out on the wing. 3 from the wing. Shot put up there by Richards. And the rebound off the missed shot, Tenari Lane. Panthers in transition. Lane gets it back from Taylor into the paint. Gets knocked down. Foul on the play.
Yes, taking it strong to the hole, Tenari Lane. We'll get 2 free throws out of that strong move to the basket, as you see on highlight.
Keys to the game for Rodney Turner in tonight's matchup here, the Knights and the Panthers. Truck?
Yes, for the Knights, defend the paint and box out and get back on defense. For the Panthers, crash the offensive boards, look for second chance opportunities, and exploit points off turnovers.
So Tenari Lane at the free throw line, 87% this year now, 14 out of 16. The transfer out of Winthrop up in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah, Tenari had a rough start up in Kennesaw, but got it together in the second part of the game, start knocking down some of those jump shots.
Hits both free throws. Georgia State out to the early 4-0 lead. Again, full court pressure defense. Panthers working on this as they get ready to head into the rest of the December schedule. On the wing, Ganius. Through the lane, Richards. Shot put up from the elbow by Jace Moore is good. Middle Georgia State on the scoreboard.
Yes, Douglas, Georgia. Jace Moore, nice. Took what the defense gave him, stepped right up in there, knocked down that jump shot.
He averages 11 points in their first 10 ball games this year. Is Dewan Odom backing his way into the paint. Turnaround, jump, a shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's tapped, deflected in the direction of Bryce Martin. Andrew Prestwood into the front court. The trailer is Richards. Prestwood on the wing. The lob entry just inside the paint is Martin. He was our player to watch tonight. Dangerous when he gets that ball in and around the paint area.
Right about it, long arms, and got great footwork around the bucket right there. Tripped over a Georgia State Panthers feet. He will, Middle Georgia will get the possession back.
20 on the shot clock. J.J. Richards will inbound. Prestwood on the wing, looking for a step back, no room. Gets it back down low, and a shot put up there by 24, Jace Moore. And He ties the ball game at 4. He's right now proving to be a problem in the paint.
That's right. Strong body, made a nice move, used his body to shed the defender, and scored the 2.
Odom to Tanari Lane in the corner. Here's a step back 3. Hits it from the left wing. Georgia State out to a 7-4 lead early here in the first half.
Tanari Lane just created his own shot. Step back, knocked down the tray.
That's his 21st made three-point field goal so far this year. Prestwood. Bounce pass. Martin. Shot. No good. Battle for the rebound. Moore had a hand on it. Deflected. DeJuan Odom back the other way. Taylor passes up a 3. Pass out top of the key. Turner will let it fly. Off the back iron. Battle for the rebound. Chased down in the corner by J.J. Richards. Knights in transition. Georgia State a 3-point lead. Gainey is driving. Ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Who touched it last? I think they're going to award the possession to Georgia State as Jonas Hayes about to make his first substitution.
That's right. Tough move right there going toward the basket by Middle Georgia State. Did get the turnover. The Panthers will get back on the offensive end. Referees are letting them play so far in this contest, Dave.
Panthers will inbound. Georgia State the ball in a 3-point lead. Moore almost stepped in the passing lane, came up with a steal. Here's Lane in the corner for 3. Rattles the rim, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound. Jaden Turner jump hook with the left hand is good. That's right place, right time.
Always Jaden Turner's all the way around the ball, getting his hands on offensive rebounds to give the Panthers more opportunities.
Moore is in trouble right now, throws the ball away, and it was thrown right to Edward Namoko, who's checked in, the 6'10 sophomore from Nigeria by way of Riviera Prep down in Miami. And a foul called against Middle Georgia State. Tail of the tape heading into this one, Truck. Middle Georgia State, Panthers averaging 77, almost 78 points a game.
Yes, Middle Georgia 71.6 and giving up 74.4. Field goal percentages are right about the same as you see the tail of the tape for these two teams.
About a 4 turnover difference between the Knights and the Panthers. Lane off a screen, fires up a 3, no good. Namoko could not secure the rebound off the missed shot. It's out of bounds. It'll be Knights possession. Played almost 4 minutes here in the first half. Again, some full court pressure here for Georgia State, trying to get the Knights out of sorts. Moore's going to beat the pressure, going to drive, leave it off for Gaines, who goes up on a baseline. Shot no good, but he drew the contact, and there's a foul in the play against Georgia State.
Yes, Jace Moore broke that pressure, took the ball to the basket, made the defense commit, and made a nice pass.
Media timeout, first one here in the first half with 15:56 to play. Georgia State a 5-point lead over Middle Georgia State, 9-4. We're back after this. You're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN. Back here at the Georgia State Convocation Center in Atlanta, 5-point lead for the Panthers with 15:56 to go. Let's check in with our sideline guy, Marquette Walker.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I mean, Tanari Lane, DeJuan Odom, and Lucas Taylor are the heart and souls of this Georgia State men's basketball team. Reason being is because even on Saturday in their blow-for-blow loss against Kennesaw State, Georgia State brought the energy. And, I mean, they fought until the end of that game. And what I love even more is that on Sunday morning they were back at it, practicing. I had a chance to catch up with head coach Jonas Hayes before the game, guys, and he told me the message that was preached in practice that Sunday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, was short-term memory. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Marquette. David Gainey is 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Brendan Tucker checks in, as does Julian Mackey and Ricky Bradley Jr. out of that timeout. Georgia State a 9-5 lead. Namoko back out front to the sharpshooter. Julian Mackey in the corner. Bradley trying to go baseline. Ball stripped by Richards. Shot up against the shot clock. No good. It'll be a shot clock violation assessed to Georgia State. And the ball will be turned over to Middle Georgia State.
And Ricky Bradley tried to get that ball down and get it up quick, but the shot clock violation, the shot clock just expired.
Cross midcourt is Richards. Quick touch out front, Jace Moore. Up top, Presswood. Working against Mackey. Can't get the open shot. Shovel pass back and forth. Malik Smith, a sophomore from Thomaston, has come in the ball game. Comes up with an offensive rebound. Turnaround hook shot on the missed shot is good off the window.
There are too many opportunities for Middle Georgia State, but Malik makes him pay with a nice bucket off the glass.
Wide open on the wing. Taylor three, no good. Rebound. Ricky Bradley Jr. got a hand on it, but it was deflected in the direction of Richards. Gainius, top of the circle. Presswood on the wing, trying to get around Turner. Baseline fall away is good for Andrew Presswood. He's a junior guard out of Milledgeville, South Georgia State College transfer.
Yes, Presswood did a great job using his body to gain space. Nice fadeaway jump shot.
That shot ties the game at 9. Missed shot by Mackey. On the wing to Moko. Foot race, picks up an offensive rebound. Bradley straight away misses a three. The rebound comes right to J.J. Richards. Working around a screen set there by Jace Moore. Moore thinks about it, fires a three. It's off the side iron. Jaden Turner, who's a rebounding machine, averaging 8 rebounds a ball game, pulls down the missed shot. Pass through the lane, deflected. Bradley looking for help, finds Turner. Down low, big Edward Namoko backing his way in. Moore got a hand, knocked the ball loose, picked up by Middle Georgia State. J.J. Richards leads the charge. The trailer is Gainius, driving in against Brendan Tucker, or trying to. Here's an off-balance shot, no good. And picking the ball up out of midair is Malik Smith. Another jump hook, and it's 11-9. Lead for Middle Georgia State. Jonas Hayes signals for a timeout. 30 seconds. We'll keep it right here.
Awkward rebound right there. Air ball, as you can see on the replay. Fade away. Malik just came in on the baseline. You got to be able to look at that ball and see whether it's going to bounce off or not. Malik was in the right place at the right time. Left hand right off the glass for 2.
6-0 run coming out of that last media timeout. And it's now 11-9. 2-point lead for the visitors. Middle Georgia State season recap. As we told you when the broadcast opened, they're 3-7, 0-5 in the Southern States Athletic Conference. On the road, they are 1-3. This game counts as an exhibition game for Middle Georgia State. Currently on a 4-game losing streak. And their wins this year have been against Warner College, Voorhees, and the folks over at Coastal Georgia in Brunswick.
But you know this team comes in hungry. And, you know, being in the state of Georgia, playing Georgia State, this team's coming in to get a win. Panthers got to wake up and execute.
Lucas Taylor back in the lineup for Georgia State, along with Bradley Jr., Julian Mackey, Brendan Tucker, Edward Namoko. A little bit of full court pressure of their own coming from Middle Georgia State. Mackey finds Brendan Tucker. Tucker in the paint, goes up inside, shot good. Tucker now 2 points away from reaching 1,000 points for his career, ties the game at 11. Darius Oliver, a 6'6 junior from Evergreen, Alabama, has come in the ball game. Malik Smith, quick touch, back out front, Richards. Working around the screen, 10 on the shot clock. Oliver pulls up, his shot no good. Gainius got a hand on an offensive rebound and got fouled. We got a foul on the play. It's going to go against Georgia State, against number 5, Brendan Tucker.
Strong move, as you see the replay. Brendan Tucker going to the hole, using his jumping ability, double pumping, right off the top, right off the glass for 2.
Richards on the inbounds. David Gainius swings it back out front. Johnny Kittles, a junior guard from Louisville, Georgia, checks in. East Georgia State College product. Looking for help. On the wing, J.J. Richards. Richards driving into the paint, off balance, hangs on the front of the rim, no good. The rebound brought down. Julian Mackey, Georgia State in transition. Taylor through 2 defenders, whips the ball back out front to Mackey. Tucker will come up top, work around an Namoko screen. Step back jumper, in and out, no good. The rebound brought down by Malik Smith. Into the front court, Richards for the Knights. Bounce pass, Darius Oliver. On the wing to Kittles, back out front, Oliver. Backing his way in is Malik Smith. Jump hook off the front iron, no good. Julian Mackey comes down with a rebound. Georgia State wanting to run. Mackey coast to coast, gets up inside. Shot good, count it. He got fouled on the play.
Mackey did a great job putting the pressure on the defense after the miss for Middle Georgia State, taking it down, paying dividends, and will get a chance to complete a three-point play.
Media timeout. He'll shoot the free throw on the other side of this timeout. Georgia State has reclaimed the lead by 2, 13-11 here in Atlanta. You're watching Sun Belt Conference basketball on ESPN+. 6:41 to go here in the first half of the Georgia State Convocation Center. Georgia State 21, Middle Georgia State 18. Let's check in again with Marquette Walker.
Hey, thanks. Both of those timeouts, we've seen that this Middle Georgia and Georgia State team has been going tit for tat, back and forth thus far. Georgia State has finally broke out. That first timeout, Jonas Hayes said that once that shot goes up, we have to find our man. Intensity is fine. But while Ricky Bally Jr. was in the game, he said that defense should start at the half-court line. And in that second timeout, he said, we're not doing any NASCAR defense on the inside. They're not trapping anything coming within the inside of this court. It's going to be on the outside. So let's pay attention to that as this game progresses here, guys.
Juan Odom makes a shot on a finger roll in the lane with 6:25 to go here in the first half. 23-18 Georgia State. First points of the ball game for DeJuan.
Yeah, not a bad idea to put DeJuan in the middle and work his magic. He has that great mid-range game.
Prestwood out front takes a handoff pass there from Jamal Taylor. Over here on the wing to Bryce Martin. Martin will pull up. That's going to be a shot that's up and good over the outstretched arm. Looking to block it by Leslie Nkereuwem.
That's right. All the fellas back in Jonesboro, Georgia. The 6'7" senior knocks one down for 2.
3-point lead for the Panthers. Jaden Turner is back on the floor now for Georgia State, as is Mackey. Julian Mackey. Leslie Nkereuwem in traffic, trying to back his way into the paint. Off the lane. Tenari, 2 dribbles, pulls up just outside the free throw line and buries that shot. And he's now got 9 to lead Georgia State. Panthers have a 5-point lead.
Great job by Leslie, not trying to force that post play.
Kittles to Taylor. Bryce Martin over on the wing. He'll get into the paint. No shot. Leaves it up underneath. Threw it away. It was intended for Moore. And the ball stolen by Mackey. He almost had his pocket picked. And actually they do. Prestwood takes the pass. He will drive in for the easy layup. A steal on one end. Transition layup on the other.
What you call a 4-point swing. Missed the opportunity on the offensive end and gave up an easy 2 on the defensive side.
Prestwood's now got 7. Georgia State's lead is 3. Julian Mackey, left wing, long 3. Hits it. Mackey, long-range 3-point shot.
And Mackey said, if you're going to give that to me, I'm going to knock it down. He rolls up with confidence. Nothing but net.
His 4th made 3-point field goal this year. Taylor drives, leaves it off. Martin in the paint, up over Leslie Nkereuwem with the left hand. Jump hook is good.
And he is athletic, long arms, got a great, quick, long step. Steps across for a left hand jump hook.
Mackey over the lane. Tenari lets it fly. Back iron, no good. Gets his own rebound. Drives. Lobs to Nkereuwem. No shot. Too many black jerseys surrounding Leslie. He'll bring it back out. Panthers will reset. Odom, a skip pass to Mackey. Sidesteps Prestwood. Pulls up. Hits another 3. Panthers have been struggling behind the 3-point line, but not Julian Mackey.
Yeah, Julian Mackey's on fire. Very patient on that play. Waited for the defender to pass by. Rises up and knocks down that 3.
31-24, Georgia State. Inside of 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Bryce Martin trying to stay out of a double team in the corner. The ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Nkereuwem. Officials whistle. Media timeout here in Atlanta. 3:43 to play in the first half. And Georgia State leading Middle Georgia State 31-24. Back after this timeout, you're watching Sun Belt Conference basketball on ESPN. Great shot at downtown Atlanta. 3:43 to go. Georgia State a 31-24 lead here against Middle Georgia State. Here's the series history between these two teams. This is the 5th meeting between the Panthers and the Knights. Georgia State has won the previous 4 in a series that goes back to 2015. All games have been played in Atlanta prior to the GSU Convocation Center. Of course, we were back up Capitol Ave at the Georgia State Sports Arena.
That's right. but I tell you, it's good to have Middle Georgia State come in and play on the Convocation Center floor. The Panthers are certainly in this pre-conference test so the Hayes brothers can see exactly what they have.
Another timeout called. We'll keep it right here with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go.
Great inbound defense by the Georgia State Panthers. Jaden Turner kind of putting the Middle Georgia State player in risk. He had to call timeout or probably make a turnover.
So 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go. 31-24 Georgia State. The number that pops out right there. Julian Mackey hit the last two, but Georgia State 3 for 15 behind the three-point line. All right, coming out of the timeout, Presswood, step back three. Is there enough on it? It draws iron, but Ricky Bradley Jr. down with the rebound. Quickly gets it ahead to Jaden Turner. Turner, Bradley, quick touch Mackey, a handoff pass there for Tenari Lane, working around Presswood. And his pass behind to Mackey, stolen by Ganius, drives in all the way. Circus shot, no good. He got knocked down and a foul on the play.
That's right. Nice step into the passing lane by Ganius. Gets down to the ground. We'll get two shots to see, as you see it on replay right here. See if he can put some points on the boards for the Knights.
So David Ganius out of Tallahassee, Florida, hits the first free throw. That's his second point of the night. 6'3" junior out of Coastal Alabama South Community College. Came in averaging 3.4 points and 3 rebounds. And he's got the 3 points now as he hits both. And it's a 31-26 Georgia State lead. A steal on the inbounds. Missed shot initially. Picked up the loose ball. Bryce Martin ends up with a layup right down the middle of the paint.
That's right, playing those passing lanes. Bryce Martin with those long arms just stepped right into the passing lane.
31-28. Driving and gliding all the way up to the rim is Julian Mackey. Tell you what, Mackey has been impressive. Coming off the bench, he's now got 10 points.
And he certainly has. Once again, he's been a spark for the Panthers every time I've seen him play.
33-28 Georgia State. There's Bryce Martin backing his way in against Namoko. Back out to Presswood on the wing. Martin looking for some space. Trying to get around Ed Namoko. Goes up strong, lifted off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound. Ganius got a hand on it. Got fouled on the play. It's not going to be against Georgia State. They're going to call it on 3. That's Julian Mackey picking up the foul.
Yeah, Julian Mackey's trying his best to get that 50-50 ball, but the Middle Georgia State player got a hold to it first, and it was a little bit of holding going on. The referee gave the Panthers a foul.
All right, so Mackey will check out. Brendan Tucker back in. 2:26 remaining here in the half. On the floor, J.J. Richards, lob to Martin in the lane, turnaround shot, quick shot, up, bounces right up, comes right back down.
And he actually lobbed that over the top of Ed Namoko. Knocks it down for 2.
Against the pressure, Jaden Turner working against Richards in the corner. Panthers doing a good job passing the ball, driving up strong. The shot too hard off the back iron there by Brendan Tucker. The ball ends up out of bounds, and it will be Middle Georgia State basketball. Driving strong against Turner. Double team, ball knocked loose, stripped and stolen. Ricky Bradley Jr. Panthers in transition. His pass batted up by Presswood. And Presswood fouled him, going for the loose ball.
Foul's going to be on the floor. It's going to be Panthers ball, as you see on the replay.
So Presswood will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. Couple of substitutions. Chase Moore thought he was coming out. He's not coming out. Bryce Martin's coming out of the ball game, and Malik Smith now on the floor. And there's a foul on the inbounds. Trying to come up with a steal is J.J. Richards, the senior guard from Douglasville, Georgia. Richards picks up his second personal. He'll come out of the ball game. Jamal Taylor up off the bench. Also getting set to check in and coming in is 13, Darius Oliver.
Scott Moe is keeping those fresh bodies on the floor. Hoping to continue to make a run. It's only a 3-point game right now.
Minute and a half to go. First half, 33-30. Georgia State with the lead and the ball. Namoko sets the top screen. Bradley drives through the lane, leaves it off for Tucker. Strong to the rim, no good. Namoko got an offensive rebound. Blocked from behind, but he got fouled as well with 1:17 to go.
Wrong move by Namoko, using his size on the glass to come down with that second opportunity for the Panthers. You see on the replay right here, Ed's going to step to the line.
Ed Namoko, 71% from the stripe. His first point of the ball game. Coming up at halftime here from Atlanta, the Georgia State Convocation Center. We'll look ahead to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl coming up December 23rd in Boise. We'll check our first half stats and highlights and the Sun Belt Conference top performances. Again, coming up shortly. Namoko hits them both. 5-point lead, Georgia State. Johnny Kittles. Quick touch there, Oliver. Now driving into the paint, stopping, pulling up and hitting the shot is Taylor. That's his first basket of the ball game. And it's a 3-point lead for Georgia State again. Jaden Turner leaves it off up top on the wing for Tucker. Tucker to Namoko. Tenari Lane, top of the key, dribbles, pulls up. That's wide to the right. Panthers just continue to struggle from three. Malik Smith, strong in and around the basket, lobs to the trailer, and the shot put up there no good by Oliver. Namoko the rebound. 25 seconds to go, first half.
Coach Hayes gets up to call that last play. Going into halftime.
Presswood shadowing Ricky Bradley Jr. 10 seconds to go, first half. Namoko the screen. That's going to be an illegal screen on Edward Namoko. You saw that one coming.
Yeah, you did. You did. Bradley did not have enough patience to wait for Ed Namoko to get set. And that happens a lot of times to big guys when that point guard does not wait for that big man to get set on that pick.
7.9 to go. And the inbound is going to be thrown away. Or did someone deflect it? The officials conferring. Nobody touched it from Georgia State. And
should go back to the same spot.
Yeah, the Knights throw the ball away. Nobody cut on the inbounds.
Right. It went straight through the court, out of bounds. Georgia State's going to get the possession in the same place that the Knights had their possession.
7.9 still. The inbounds, Ricky Bradley Jr. Over the shoulder pass, almost stolen. 3 seconds. He'll fire it up. Rattles the rim in and out at 3 seconds to go. A Hail Mary at the buzzer by Middle Georgia State. Jonas Hayes and Georgia State will head to the locker room here at the Convocation Center, leading Middle Georgia State by 3, 35-32.
Kind of a sloppy first half, Dave. Both teams did not do what they wanted to do, what they set out to do. But we got a 35-32 first half here, and we'll see who can make the adjustments in the second half.
All right, our halftime show coming up from the Georgia State Convocation Center. Following this timeout, Georgia State by 3 here at halftime. You're watching Sun Belt Conference basketball on ESPN. Halftime here at the Georgia State Convocation Center. 35-32. Dave Cohen along with former Panther great Rodney Truck Turner. Interesting first half. Neither team shooting really well from behind the three-point line. We're going to look at highlights here in just a second. We'll look at the stats as well. But, boy, tough time shooting threes.
Yeah, it's like a lid is on the bucket for both teams. I mean, you're talking about 15% for one team, 17% for the other. I mean, it's a struggle right now. Both these teams got to make an adjustment and figure out how to get the ball in the bucket.
All right, Truck, let's take a look at some of our highlights from the first half. Again, a 3-point lead for Georgia State. We start out with Middle Georgia State. 6'7" senior out of Jonesboro, Georgia, Bryce Martin.
Yes, as advertised, Bryce Martin is engine that makes this machine run for Middle Georgia State. He's giving them plenty opportunities, turnaround jump shot. He's scoring from all facets on the floor tonight.
He's 4 for 7 from the floor, a couple of rebounds off the bench on the other side for Georgia State. Great night so far for Julian Mackey.
Yes, Julian Mackey is being patient, taking what the defense gives him, taking the ball to the bucket, knocking down the jump shot for 3. He's having a great contest this first half.
Mackey 4 for 6 off the bench, 10 points. And he's got a couple of threes. First half stats, neither team shooting well. Again, as I mentioned, behind the three-point line. Middle Georgia State 1 for 7. Georgia State 3 for 17. And Mackey has 2 of those. Overall, 42% from the field for the Panthers, 44% for the visitors. And look at that other number right there, getting out rebounded.
Exactly what I circled on my stat sheet. Right now, the Knights are out rebounding the Panthers by 3, and the Panthers have a size advantage, so it's really a struggle to kind of understand what's going on.
All right, halftime here in Atlanta, 35-32. Second half action coming up on the other side of this break. We'll check in with our sidelines guy, Marquette Walker, as well. You're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN.
One of the more unique stories when we talk about smaller programs, I want to put emphasis on assistant coach Ryan, who's done everything from wrapping these players' ankles to recruiting players here at Middle Georgia State here, guys. I love how he has given his all to this program, and he also told me that during that 10-year increment that he's had here at Middle Georgia, Scott Moe was the first coach to give him his opportunity at Middle Georgia State, while he and Coach Moe are the only 2 coaches at this program. Guys, back to you.
All right, Marquette, thank you very much. Georgia State with the ball coming out of the halftime, up 35-32. Same 5 that opened the ball game. Dewan Odom position, shot from the elbow, no good. Nice offensive rebound. Leslie and Carrion goes up inside. He took an extra step, traveling violation. Rodney, you and I were talking at halftime. We were looking at the stats, comparing stats, Georgia State, Middle Georgia State. Reminder, no Jermaine Mann tonight.
That's correct. Jermaine is nursing an ankle in a boot at this particular moment in time. So look to get him back on the floor soon. The Panthers miss that 6'6", 230-pound Frank.
Yeah, one of Georgia State's better rebounders. And there's a pass in the lane stolen by Dewan Odom. Shovels it back lane. He'll let it fly. Hits the 3. Georgia State struggled. 3 of 17 behind the three-point line in the first half. Great way to open up play in the second half.
Well, that's right. A great start. Tenary Lane did get up some nice shots in Kennesaw. Let's see if he can get some more going in the second half.
Lane's got 12. A runner off the side of the rim there by J.J. Richards. Rebound cleared by the Panthers. In transition, Odom. Quick sets a screen. Lane, no time to get off a quick shot. Lucas Taylor out front. Shadowed there by Presswood. Odom driving into the paint, spinning. Turnaround shot partially blocked by Jace Moore. And Moore is whistled for the foul.
Yes, Odom went into the lane, kind of took a step back. As you see, this is the other replay on the fast break. Nice pass by Odom back to Tenary Lane to knock down that 3. Odom's going to get to the free throw line right now to shoot those 2 shots.
So Dewan Odom at the stripe now for Georgia State. First one rattles the rim, in and out, no good. Dewan on the year, 82%. He's now 14 of 18 from the free throw line this year. Transfer from Xavier coming to Georgia State with Jonas Hayes, top returning scorer from last year's team. Averaging 11, along with 5 rebounds and 4 assists per ball game. Hits the second free throw. He's got 3. 39-32, Georgia State the lead.
Remember, the Panthers needed a big bucket last year. They went to Dewan Odom.
Presswood, pick and roll, driving right in behind the defense is Jace Moore. His first points in the second half. He's got 6. Georgia State a 5-point lead again. 39-34. Tenary Lane leaves it up for Odom. Turner looked like he was going to shoot a 3. He'll drive in. Shot is up, and it is good. Off balance, got hit as he released the basketball off the window. Count it, and there's a foul on the play.
Nice plays, as you can see. Pump fake by Jaden Turner. Off balance a little bit. Left-handed right off the glass.
41-34, opportunity at a three-point play. The free throw, Turner is good. And he's got 5. Transfer out of Queens College, led the Atlantic Sun in rebounding a year ago. Presswood. Ganius in the corner, launches a 3, and it gets trapped, wedged in between the glass and the rim. Tenari Lane will loosen the basketball there, and the Panthers will take over. 2 minutes into the second half with a 42-34 lead. Nope, it'll be Middle Georgia State basketball. Correction on the inbounds. It'll come to Bryce Martin. Martin driving off the glass. Under pressure, the shot good.
Both of those left-handed guys are playing good basketball. Bryce Martin fading away, fading to the basket, off balance, right off the glass for 2.
42-36, Dewan Odom. Out on the wing for 3, shot is up. 3 is good, Jaden Turner. Now the Panthers starting to warm up a little bit, long range.
That's right. Jaden showing his versatility. He can do it outside and in.
Presswood on the wing right side, down to Martin. Baseline jumper, he buries it. Bryce Martin, good player. He's got 4 in the second half. Leads Middle Georgia State with 12.
And it's going to be the battle of the left hands, Jaden Turner and Bryce Martin.
And Tenari Lane.
And Tenari Lane, exactly.
Down low to Incurium. Ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Panthers will inbound, 19 on the shot clock.
Great feed by Dewan Odom, finding Jaden Turner in the corner. He knocks that 3 down.
Inbounds, Odom to Incurium. Leslie will give it right back to Dewan out at midcourt as the Panthers will reset the offense. Driving into the paint, spinning, turnaround shot off the back iron and rolling in for Dewan Odom. That is vintage Dewan Odom.
You're right about that. That's his bread and butter.
Ganius lost the ball, dribbled it off his right foot and out of bounds. Tough turnover there for the Knights. The Panthers will take over, leading at 47-38. Odom sends the ball ahead to Turner. Taylor working around the screen. Jaden Turner, left wing, catch and shoot. Hits a 3. His second 3 back-to-back for Jaden. As he's starting to get warmed up. He's got 9 points here in the second half alone. And Georgia State leading it by 12.
On the feed from Lucas Taylor, that was a great find.
Presswood to Ganius. Martin sets the screen. They swing it over to Jace Moore, who had a pretty good first half. J.J. Richards driving, dishing. Moore sidesteps a defender. Step back 3 is going to be short. Rebound comes to Leslie Incurium. Leaves it off to Dewan Odom. Panthers in transition. Odom driving, leaving it in Incurium underneath. A hop, skip, and a step right to the rim. Up off the glass. It's good for number 23.
Beautiful, strong move. Nice pass by Dewan Odom to find Leslie Incurium for that 2.
His first basket of the ball game. 52-38 Georgia State. J.J. Richards shadowed by Odom and gets fouled as they switch. And Leslie Incurium picks him up, knocked him down, and that'll lead us into immediate timeout. First here in the second half. 15:33 to play. Georgia State 52. Middle Georgia State 38. Back to Atlanta following the timeout. You're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN+. Great start in the second half for Jaden Turner. Had just a field goal in the first half. He's got 2 threes and a 3-point play here early in the second half.
Yeah, Jaden Turner, he tends to play in bunches, man. He gives you points, a couple of buckets, some steals, plays some solid defenses, and gets a lot of rebounds right in groups and just kind of real flashy.
So far tonight, 4 for 5 from the floor, 2 for 3 behind the 3-point line. He's got 3 rebounds to go along with 11 points.
Yes, great night coming up for Jaden Turner.
Right now, let's toss it over to our sideline reporter, Marquette Walker.
Yeah, guys, head coach Scott Moe is basically just giving the message to his team that they're focused on putting everything on ice against Georgia State when it comes to the 3-point line, and they're focused on going on their own run. So I'm looking forward to looking to see what they do in the rest of the second half here, guys.
On the inbounds, they go right underneath to Jace Moore. Shot no good. A heave-ho by Ganius up against the shot clock buzzer. Lands in the hands of Dewan Odom. Odom sends it over to Taylor. Taylor back up top. Catch and shoot three. Off the side iron, no good. Presswood colliding with Lane. Whistle on the play. Got a foul called against Edward Namoko. Lane misses that long three. So the Panthers will attack some full court pressure here off the inbounds. Junior guard from Milledgeville, Presswood, falls down. That'll be a traveling violation. Good job defensively, allowing not enough, but just enough space there. The defensive effort there by Lucas Taylor.
Presswood saying, looks like the floor is just a little bit slick. As you can see, his kind of feet just slide. Well, he actually stepped on Lucas Taylor's foot.
Georgia State leading at 52-38 and with the ball. Taylor around the Namoko screen. Saw that one developing as well. Foul away from the ball. Illegal screen there, Edward Namoko.
And again, that's the guard's fault just as much as it is. Even though Namoko is going to get the foul, the guard has to be patient and wait for his big man to set that screen.
So all Ed can do is stand there and get set.
Exactly.
Presswood from J.J. Richards. Back up top, Oliver. Richards finds Presswood on the wing. He's a good long-range shooter. 7 first-half points, including a long three. Trying to get open here. Can't find some open space to get a shot. Ganius leaves it off. Oliver driving strong. Shot no good. He got fouled on a reach-in.
This Middle Georgia team does some very good exterior passing, swinging that ball around, trying to find the open man.
Ran into Jaden Turner, who gets whistled for the foul. Jaden picks up his second personal. Again, 11 points, 3 rebounds so far.
We get a Darius Oliver from Evergreen, Alabama, the 6'6" junior, to the free throw line.
Free throw, Oliver, perfect.
Well, you know where Evergreen, Alabama is? That is like, you're talking about L.A., that's lower Alabama. That is headed towards the coast of Mississippi.
Second free throw, rattles the rim. Namoko the rebound. Odom leaves it off for Taylor. Brendan Tucker, Julian Mackey will check in here in just a moment. Taylor, slingshot to Turner on the wing. In the middle, it goes Odom. Almost had it taken away. Finds Taylor out in the wing left side. He'll drive baseline. The pass in the lane is partially deflected. Dewan's got it. 3 on the shot clock. Up against the shot clock buzzer. Second half man. Jaden Turner buries his third 3.
That's right. It got so crowded in the lane right now. Dewan Odom gained possession and found Jaden Turner for another 3.
Turner's got 14, 12 here in the second half. Martin a turnaround shot. In and out, no good. Lucas Taylor the rebound. Panthers want to run. Tenari Lane. They left him open. A split second. Buries a 3 left wing. Panthers, who really struggled behind the three-point line in the first half, much better so far in the second half.
Again, we've seen this a couple of times. The Panthers will come out cold, but they'll get it going later in the basketball game.
Tenari Lane with 15. Jaden Turner with 14, leading this second half surge for Georgia State. Panthers up 58-39. Biggest lead of the night. After what was a 3-point game at halftime. Richards, a little bit of a push-off, leaves the baseline shot short. Edward Namoko pulls down the rebound. Taylor says, watch what I can do. 2 feet behind the line, buries a long 3. Panthers firing on all cylinders behind the three-point line. Now have pushed the lead to 61-39.
As the Panthers have come to play in this game, coming off that loss to Kennesaw State, you see threes ringing from the sky in the Convocation Center.
12:40 to go here in the ball game. 61-39 Georgia State. You're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN+. Back back here at the Georgia State Convocation Center with 12:40 to play. Georgia State has stretched the lead now to 61-39. And Rodney, when you talk about building rosters, 10 players from the state of Georgia, 9 from the Metro Atlanta area. Here is head coach Jonas Hayes, who is from not far from where we're sitting right now. He played his high school here in the Atlanta area, and of course ultimately played at Georgia. Knows he's got to get some Georgia kids and keep them in the program.
No doubt about that. About 5 miles away from Georgia State's campus is Douglas High School. But back in those days, you look at the amount of talent that came from Georgia that actually stayed in Georgia to play here. We have to do a better job of getting them right out of high school.
3 seniors, 5 juniors, 4 sophomores, 4 freshmen. And then, of course, 8 newcomers, including 6 transfers on a rebuilt roster off the team from a year ago. Transfer portal has really changed everything about college athletics, basketball, football, baseball.
It has, and I think, you know, the attraction is really, once again, getting this homegrown talent from Georgia to kind of stay in the schools here.
All right, so Brendan Tucker on the floor with Julian Mackey. Tenari Lane leaves it off Edward Demoko. Over here to Mackey. Left him open. He's going to pull up, fire a 3 off the front iron. Bryce Martin, the rebound. Martin having a pretty good game tonight. And we got a traveling violation called against Jamal Taylor, I believe.
Yeah, he took an extra step going inside that lane, trying to make that pass back out.
And that's going to lead us into a media timeout right at 12 minutes to go here in the ballgame from Atlanta. 61-39 Georgia State. You're watching Sun Belt Conference basketball on ESPN+.
61 is the opening score. The second half is almost over, ladies and gentlemen. I want to put emphasis on Lucas Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, the 6'5" transfer from Wake Forest and the ACC. Is leading this team, I believe, in points, 14 points per game. David, I think you said that at the beginning, and 31 minutes averaging. I had a chance to talk to him a couple games ago, and he told me that for some reason I didn't play that much at Wake Forest. There was a whole bunch of politics involved, but while it's a matter of proving myself at Georgia State University, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, he said. Composure. Composure is what Lucas Taylor is focused on, ladies and gentlemen. Dave, back to you.
Thank you, Marquette. Lucas with 9 points so far. Georgia State will inbound the ball. Ball deflected out of bounds. And Tucker will put it in play, standing right in front of the Georgia State bench. It will come into Lucas Taylor.
They have to still looking to execute here, Dave.
High screen to Moko. Taylor glides from the right side of the paint all the way to the window, lays it in. Easy layup, Lucas Taylor. 5 in the second half. He's now in double digits with 11. Driving strong all the way inside. For Middle Georgia State was a Darius Oliver. Hit the floor. No whistle. And Lucas Taylor up with a loose ball. Whips it back out front. Mackey, Lane, Tucker driving to the elbow. No shot. He got hit inadvertently in the face. And there's a whistle on the play and a foul against Middle Georgia State.
Boy, as you see Tucker with that fast, quick first step, man. Kind of gets to where he wants to go, puts pressure on the defense. He did get fouled on that play.
So Prestwood will pick up the foul. That'll be his second personal. He'll check out of the ball game. And on the floor now is Johnny Kittles. 63-39, Georgia State leading it, approaching the midway point here in the second half. Pull-up shot from the elbow, no good. Demoko, a foul coming over the back of Oliver, looking for an offensive rebound.
Yeah, he's crashing the boards right there on the shot from Lucas Taylor. I don't know if it was a foul or just going to be Middle Georgia State basketball.
So Oliver will inbound. Jamal Taylor, 5'9" junior point guard, off the inbounds. Picked up by Lucas Taylor at midcourt. Malik Smith, who's had a pretty good game so far off the bench from Middle Georgia State, back on the floor right now. Taylor, Oliver will let a 3 fly. That's not going to draw much iron. And the Panthers will get the ball back.
In this day and age right now, you're seeing stretch power forwards taking threes. That wasn't a good shot right there by Darius Oliver.
Full court pressure here. Mackey off the inbounds gets fouled by Taylor. That'll be his first personal. Four team fouls on Middle Georgia State so far here in the second half. Georgia State behind the three-point shooting of Jaden Turner and Tanari Lane here in the second half. Able to stretch the lead. Here's Mackey driving up inside. Had it blocked not once but twice. Gets the ball back in traffic. And a whistle in the paint.
Mackey was determined to get that shot up. Julian, as he gets to the basket right there, trying to shoot that reverse layup, gets it again, gets it pinned to the basketball, pins to the under the backboard, tries to go up again.
Darius Oliver got him twice with the block shots.
Sure did.
Meanwhile, Mackey will have the last laugh. He'll be at the free throw line. First free throw, good. Drew some iron, but he got the roll.
Every part of the iron, but he did get the home roll for Julian Mackey.
Tanari Lane will check out of the ball game. Back on the floor, Jaden Turner. Mackey for the second free throw. He's got 12 first points for Julian here in the second half. 65-39, Georgia State leading it. Right at the midway point here in the second half. Jamal Taylor trying to find some room to operate. Backs it out a little bit, working against Jaden Turner. Drive it up inside. Dishes on the wing. Kittles will go inside. Nice move by Johnny Kittles.
Strong baseline right there.
His first points of the night, 65-41 with Turner. Leaves it off for Brendan Tucker. Tucker in traffic, driving, dishes over to Taylor. Taylor gets tripped by Taylor. Lucas by Jamal. And a foul against Jamal Taylor.
That's going to be the team's sixth foul. One more that's going to put the Panthers in the bonus.
Got a quick look at Andrew Presswood. 7 first half points on the bench right now. Putting a little ice pack on that right knee.
Yes. Looks like he is calling it a night, Dave.
9.5 to go off the inbounds. DeJuan Odom back on the floor as well for Georgia State. Here's that high screen again. Works good that time. Namoko swings it over to Mackey. Sets it again. Julian will pull up. And it's going to be short. Battle for the rebound. Tap deflected. Foul on the play.
It's going to be Namoko crashing the boards again. Going to collect another foul. It's going to be Middle Georgia State basketball.
You don't want the fouls, but if you're Jonas Hayes and the coaching staff, you got to like the aggressiveness, looking for the offensive rebounds from your sophomore 6'10" kid.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's certainly looking for opportunities to give the Panthers the second chance scoring, but just kind of going through players and going over the back.
So he'll exit, and Leslie and Carriwam will check back in. One of the new faces of the many on this Georgia State ball club this year.
It's a good point, David.
Jamal Taylor leaves it off for Kittles. Oliver driving strong in the paint, up off the glass, tapped up and in by Malik Smith. His first points in the second half. He's got 8.
Being in the right place at the right time paid off for Malik Smith.
And Jaden Turner says, watch this. He just flies down the other end of the floor and gets the 2 points back.
Yeah, I'm ever so impressed by Jaden Turner and his versatility on the basketball court.
Jaden Turner's now got 16 points, 14 of them here in the second half. Steal on the other end and then a foul. 3 black jerseys could not get out of the way. Caleb Love, the sophomore guard from Conyers, Georgia, is on the floor for the first time tonight.
That's going to put the Panthers in the bonus. You see that nice tip in by Malik Smith and that nice drive with the left hand off the glass by Jaden Turner.
So Brendan Tucker finds himself at the free throw line. 4 points in the first half. First free throw, front end, no good. Oliver got the rebound. Almost a steal there by Odom. Taylor driving it all the way. Layup there by the point guard is good. His second field goal, he's got 4. 67-45, Georgia State. Panthers with the ball. Mackey strong in the paint. Shot no good. He hits the floor pretty hard. And a foul going to go against Jamal Taylor. Two-shot opportunity coming up here for Julian Mackey.
Aggressive play right there by Julian, taking it strong to the basket. The defense was out of position.
Mackey 2 for 2 at the free throw line this evening. His first free throws of the season. He's now 3 for 3. Substitution. As Taylor checks out. On the floor now, Chase Lawrence, freshman guard from Atlanta, came out of Lithonia High School. Wasn't sure how deep that Scott Moe was going to go tonight. Panthers up 69-45, right at 8 minutes remaining.
You got Presswood sitting over there with some ice on his knee. I think he's done for the night, so he's going to probably go a little bit deeper into his rotation than he planned on it. Because, you know, these guys are also getting ready for a season also.
Media timeout here in Atlanta. Georgia State leading it with 7:54 to go. We're going to see freshman Malik Ferguson. On the other side of this timeout, you're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN+.
Free throw shooting percentage right now. Certainly a good trait to go into the regular season.
7 points on the night for Dwan Odom, who has, in the last couple of 3 games, cracked the starting lineup again. He starter last year. Took a little while for Jonas Hayes. There's Malik Ferguson. Nice job with a steal as he knocked the ball out of Kittle's hands. And then Kittle's, in an attempt to get the ball back, reaches in, and that's where the foul is called.
You're going to have a slow walk as you see the replay right here. Malik Ferguson got his hands in there and really got that steal. He's going to get to the free throw line to shoot free throws here.
So Malik Ferguson at the stripe. And the first one, he gets the bounce.
Malik's taking advantage of this extended playing time right now in the scoring books.
Second free throw off the back iron. Jaden Turner got a hand. I thought he was going to pull down that offensive rebound. Taken away by Middle Georgia State. Caleb Love brings it back in the other direction. 7:20 to go. 72-45. There's Love driving, leaving it off Malik Smith through his hands. Stolen on the outlet. Dwan Odom's going to get a two-handed dunk. Get out of the way for Dwan Odom.
Yes, Dwan pushed the button for all the fellas. St. Francis High School.
Shane Nealis, 6'3" sophomore guard out of Roswell, is on the floor as well now for Middle Georgia State. A three from the right wing falls for Caleb Love, his first points of the game, and it's now 74-48 Georgia State.
Scott Moe calls a 30-second timeout. Get with his team. Once again, both of these.
Front court for Georgia State with Tucker. Odom and Tucker were a lot of the offense last year for Georgia State with Jermaine Mann. They get a lot more help this year. Dwan into the lane. Tucker catch and shoot off the back iron. Offensive rebound. Jaden Turner. Ferguson for three. Hits it. Malik Ferguson, open three up top left wing, knocks it down, and Georgia State leads it 77-48.
Yeah, for all the fellas back in Grovetown, man, I tell you, you never know what happens.
Shane Nealis, pressure there from Tucker, looking for some help. Smith will set him a screen. Out front, Oliver. Oliver will spot, pull up, hit a three. That's off the back iron. Battling for a rebound. Caleb Love got a hand on it.
Yeah, Caleb Love's going to knock it out of bounds. Panthers going to get possession.
Substitution, Ricky Bradley Jr. will enter the ball game. Dwan Odom will come out.
Guess what I was saying? You never know, man. This Ferguson kid, this could be the beginning of confidence. You never know. You never know when you're going to need that extra player down the stretch.
So much more depth on this Georgia State team than a year ago. And when I say depth, options at almost every position.
No doubt about it.
Ferguson, left wing, step back, buries another shot. Malik Ferguson, he's off the bench. He's got 6.
Looks comfortable to me, Dave. I don't know. Looks comfortable to me.
79-48. Malik Smith out front. Oliver. Little more than 5 minutes to play. Nealis, catch and shoot three. He hits it from up top on the wing.
I got a chance to talk to Coach Hayes, Dave, about his rotation. He says this year it's about a 10-man rotation.
Tucker buries a three on the other end. That's Brendan's first points here in the second half. He reached 1,000, now to 1,003. And that's going to be a turnover on Middle Georgia State. Driving into the front court was Chase Lawrence, the freshman guard from Lithonia. He thought he had a Darius Oliver to his left. Ends up bouncing that ball out of bounds. Bryce Martin will return to the ball game, as will Jace Moore for the Knights. A lot of options there on that Georgia State bench for head coach Jonas Hayes and the coaching staff. Ricky Bradley Jr. off the inbounds after the turnover. Ferguson swings at Tucker. Malik out front. Bradley Jr. Tucker will catch and shoot. Left wing no good. Battle for the rebound. Picked up there by Caleb Love. Middle Georgia State Knights in transition. Nealis looking for help. Bounce pass comes to Jace Moore. Leaves it off for Bryce Martin. Martin strong in and around the paint. What a move. Goes up underneath on the baseline from the left to the right side. Turns around and lays it in.
Yes, he's having a fantastic game. The young man from Jonesboro, Georgia. Up. Got the young freshman Malik Ferguson. You got to know where you're on the court. Stepped out of bounds. Turnover back to the Knights.
4 minutes, 3 seconds to go. Speaking of Bryce Martin, the senior from Jonesboro. 8 points in the first half on 4 of 7 shooting. He's got 6 here in the second. Coming off a 16-point outing in their most recent game at Faulkner. He's got 14 right now to help lead Middle Georgia State in this one. J.J. Richards, his shot blocked. Ricky Bradley Jr. Turner, loose ball. Jaden behind the back. Gets it to Tucker, and he just couldn't hold on to the basketball. Quite a move in transition, though, going behind the back by Jaden Turner. Dwan Odom's going to check back in here. He's outscored him 47-21. And congratulations to Brendan Tucker. 4 points in the first half. He needed 4 to reach 1,000. He's got a 3-point field goal here in the second half. Now 1,003 points. And again, those points all scored in his collegiate career between College of Charleston and Georgia State. Shane Nealis in traffic. Reaching in foul called against the Panthers. They're going to call it on Ricky Bradley Jr.
Ricky trailing that play, trying to reach in to get a steal, and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Inbound to Nealis. In the ball game right now, Trevante Bird, a 6'4 freshman guard, Sandersville, Georgia. It's out of Washington County High School. And he comes in late in the ball game. 3:15 remaining. 82-53. Georgia State leading Middle Georgia State. Panthers trying to get that record back to 500. Odom a steal. Get out of the way again. Dwan Odom goes up and rocks the rim. Second dunk here in the second half for Dwan Odom.
That was already, that first dunk was the play of the game. I wonder if this was going to compete for the play of the game.
Jace Moore. Martin pulls up and hits a 2-point shot.
Yes, Bryce Martin is showing all his versatility inside and out on this basketball court tonight.
Back-to-back 16-point outings for Bryce Martin. 3 on the other end for the Panthers. Tapped up, Jaden Turner, no good. Nealis the rebound. 2.5 to play here in the ball game. And that's going to be a bounce entry from Moore to Martin. He got fouled from behind by Ricky Bradley Jr. 2-shot opportunity coming up here. It looks like for Middle Georgia State as Dwan Odom rocks the rim here at the Convocation Center.
Yes.
Bryce Martin will be at the free throw line here for Middle Georgia State. 77% free throw shooter. 8 points in the first half on 4 field goals. 8 points in the second half on 4 field goals. First trip to the line tonight for the 6'7 senior transfer from West Alabama. And the first one is good.
Looking to add to his total Once again, a very, very smooth game. And Bryce Martin with those long arms. Certainly showing his versatility, stepping out to shoot a couple of jump shots and also getting in the post to score.
Hits them both. And now has a team high 18 for the Knights. 84-57, Georgia State leading it. Ricky Bradley Jr. back and forth with Malik Ferguson. DeJuan Odom, who's back in, drives, leaves it off to Leslie and Carrion. Lost the ball. Fortunately, comes to Ricky Bradley Jr. Odom back up top. Jaden Turner whips that ball in the corner. Malik Ferguson. Turner for three. Count it. Jaden Turner. His fourth three-point field goal here in the second half. I've got him with 19. Another steal. Ricky Bradley Jr. back the other way. Layup is good. No whistle on the play.
Nice.
Jaden Turner's 19 is his high as a Georgia State Panther.
Wow, that's good stuff.
That basket was the first for Ricky Bradley Jr. 89-57, Georgia State. Bradley Jr. the trailer, three. Bounce high off the back iron. Malik Ferguson wrapped up with Bryce Martin. And the Panthers will empty the bench with 1:24 to go. Aaron O., the redshirt freshman guard from Mill Creek High School in Buford, Georgia, comes in. Brevin Coleman, 6'1" freshman out of Lakewood, Ohio. And Matt Davis, 6'7" junior out of Alpharetta, checking in. Along with Malik Ferguson and Leslie and Carrion. Leslie's probably like, what am I still doing out here?
I know. Malik Ferguson is making the best of his minutes. Been in the game since 7:24. Scored some good buckets. He's done a great job.
Georgia State again leading it, 89-57. Down to a minute 20 to play. Matt Davis taken one shot this year. Had a three in the first game. Aaron O. in traffic. Bounce pass on a baseline. Ferguson. Coleman will drive. And had the ball knocked out of his hands. Comes right to Ferguson. Malik will drive. It'll be a shot clock violation against the Panthers. Goes back to Middle Georgia State with a minute 3 to play. Our player of the game tonight, again, a Georgia State high, 19 points, 7 of 8 from the floor, 4 of 5 behind the three-point line, and 5 rebounds. And I'm talking about Jaden Turner.
Yes, Jaden Turner played a fantastic contest, giving the Panthers a spark on the offensive end behind the arc.
Trevante Bird missed a 3 from the wing. Panthers quickly back the other way. These guys want to score. Ferguson drives in, lost the ball. Picked up by Jamal Taylor. Taylor lost the ball. It's loose on the floor. Brevin Coleman picks it up. 25 seconds to go. Matt Davis driving. And his shot partially blocked by Malik Smith, the sophomore from Thomaston. Caleb Love off to Nealis, left the layup short. Leslie and carry him down with a rebound. We're 10 seconds to go. It's actually fun basketball.
It really
These
is.
guys really are running up and down the floor.
It's like a pinball machine.
Well, Georgia State's next ball game back on the road will be in Macon, Georgia on Saturday afternoon. Radio as well as ESPN Plus. Georgia State back in the win column tonight against Middle Georgia State here in Atlanta. 89-57 the final score.
Yes, pretty good contest for both teams. Georgia State came out cold but got hot later on in this contest. Middle Georgia State is going to take this loss, but they're going to gain a lot of experience getting ready for their conference play also. Down in Mercer, the old foe.